Hey there, Marina Ormes here with your Astro vibe for Monday, March 13th. The moon is in Sagittarius today. It shifts from Scorpio to Sagittarius. Oh, let's see. So we had the energy of the moon in Scorpio over the weekend, and it looks like, yeah, about 11 something, close to midnight my time last night, it went into Sagittarius. So for pretty much the whole day today, we've got the moon in Sagittarius, and it is the opportunity to open the window a little bit, get a breath of fresh air. Because what happens when the moon goes into Sagittarius from Scorpio is we move from sort of the depth of feeling and energy and the mysterious and that process of transformation that we can't always make sense of. We move from that into the ability to reflect on our experiences, to begin to make sense of and integrate and process what we've been through and begin to be able to put it into words. So Sagittarius, among other things, is the energy of storytelling. It is the ability to synthesize experience and put the data together to come to a conclusion, to reach a description of truth, a theory. And so that's why Sagittarius is the energy of the philosopher. It is how we make meaning and tell the story of whatever it is we're focused on. So in this case, we're making meaning out of the things we've been through on a personal level. So whatever that is for you, how the energies of very watery energies of the intangible, of the feeling, the flow, the access to the bigger picture. Yesterday, I shared what the Saturn going into Pisces has brought us in terms of what it looks like in our lives and how it might feel to you. So we looked at themes of dreams and feeling unmoored and feeling like connected to an infinite flow, but not necessarily knowing how to make sense of it. Yesterday's video went in depth on that, so you might want to catch that if you missed it. But so as we have this experience of that moon going into Sagittarius, we do have this ability to start to see a bigger picture. So seeing sort of what's been going on, maybe a little bit of why that's been happening, what it means for us, how it impacts us, and specifically how it needs to be integrated into our understanding of the world. Our understanding of the world is our own operating system, our own moorings, our own rudder, right? It is our alignment with how we bring the bigger picture of truth and meaning for ourselves into our lives and how we live our lives. So Sagittarius gives us a little bit of a bird's eye view, seeing the forest for the trees, a little bit of that bigger picture that allows us to see things in perspective, to go, okay, yeah, I felt these things, I went through this process, or I had to, deal with things that were hard or frustrating or challenging. And now I can see a bigger picture of why that is, how it fits into my understanding of the world, my understanding of myself, my understanding of how to continue to move forward and do the things that I want to do. So Sagittarius helps us tell that story. And we also, when in this particular moon cycle, which began with the new moon in Pisces, we now have the moon waning from full back to new, meaning it's getting smaller every night as it's heading toward new. And as it goes through Sagittarius, it will form that third quarter square. That will be tomorrow. because we're still in early Sagittarius right now, but again, each of the points in this moon cycle, the first quarter, the full moon, and the third quarter have all been immutable signs. Doesn't always work out that way, but it did this time. And so we've got the now the completion of that energy, which is also bringing us this ability to think about where we've been, what's been transpiring, what it means for us, and how we need to integrate things we've learned into how we operate. And how we operate is, our own operating system is actually what we call our beliefs, right? Our beliefs are how we operate, how we function, what we believe to be true, what we understand about the world, how we make meaning and provide structure and context to our experience. And so beliefs are, there's a lot to say about beliefs. Beliefs can be malleable, right? They can change. So just because we have a belief, we understand that a belief is not a fact, right? A belief is a way that we guide or operate internally. And when we have a belief, it gives us a direction, it gives us a structure, it gives us a framework, a way of understanding things. Beliefs are essential. Without beliefs, we would be nothing, we would be nothing and we would be everything at the same time. And that's kind of what we're confronting with Saturn in Pisces, is this bigger picture of truth that we in fact are everything and nothing all at the same time. And that feeling of being unmoored in terms of, well, how do I function in my life if I'm everything and nothing all at the same time? So in fact, and the zodiac reminds us of this, as do the planets, we are both. We are both everything and nothing all at once. And we are also human beings who have a unique perspective, a unique story, a unique soul's purpose to fulfill through our choices and solving problems in our lives. So this Sagittarius moon is reminding us, okay, to look at your beliefs, how you operate, how you function, what you ground yourself with, how you make sense of the world. And it's not asking you to change your beliefs or all of your beliefs or even any of your beliefs, but it is asking you to, reflect, like, okay, is there anything that needs to be adjusted based on things you've learned recently? Like, has your mind been opened? Has your heart been opened? Has there been a shift in any way that wants to be reflected in the ways you have of understanding things and making sense of them? So what is transpiring in your life? What are the issues and challenges that may be coming up for you? Is there a new perspective that you can have on those now that, we've been through recent developments? And this moon cycle, what is asking to be integrated? What is asking to be become part of the way that you see the world, the way that you function, the way that you make choices, and the way that you ground yourself and make sense out of things? So a shift in perspective. So making it really practical here. What does it look like? A shift in perspective in your life? Does it look like opening to support that you didn't know was there before? Does it look like seeing things from a bigger picture perspective so you can make choices that help in the long term, that are looking big picture down the road? How do you see whatever the issues and challenges are that are showing up in your life, and how are they there to serve you? How are they there for your greater good? What are you learning through those issues and challenges? What are some We think in terms of solutions. Like if there's a problem, I want a solution. I want to fix it. I want to make it better. But if you think of a problem in terms of it being part of an evolutionary process, a problem is just there to make you uncomfortable, to get you to change in the ways you need to change to be more whole, more in your aliveness, more in your potential. So how are the issues, challenges, and problems in your life, if there are any, how might they be helping you to grow? How might they be helping you to discover what you're capable of, where your strengths are, where your resources are? This is all very Saturnian also. So as you go through that process of seeing the bigger picture, seeing how things are actually helping you to grow, to become more of yourself, to become stronger, more empowered, more powerful in making a difference in the world, more creative, more resourceful, more resilient. So in other words, it's just like integrating an understanding of that bigger picture and what this moon in Sagittarius might be asking you to think about, to reflect on, to, shift your perspective around, basically looking at how are you telling the story of your life, of the things that are showing up right now, and maybe how could you tell that story a little bit differently that would help you expand into new possibilities. So hopefully that's helpful. There's a lot there, and I also want to make it practical and applicable for you. So hopefully that is helpful. I thank you so much for being here. You can learn more about me at astrologyheals.com. Thank you so much for subscribing and for being part of this channel and this community as we go through this evolutionary process together and work with the gifts that the planets bring. I'm here every day with the astrology of unshakable self-care. I will see you next time. This moon in Sagittarius will continue for a couple of days, so we've got some time to work on this, and then we'll go from there. All right, thank you so much, and I will be back tomorrow. Bye for now.